You close your eyes and imagine the vastness of space, a quiet emptiness stretching beyond comprehension. Around you, stars glimmer faintly, distant beacons in a dark ocean, each a calm pulse in the cosmic night. You feel yourself floating among them, weightless, as if your body is part of the silence. The stillness is profound, a gentle hush that seems to breathe with you in this silence. There is motion, too, subtle and unseen. The spaces between galaxies are not empty in the way your mind first imagines. They are alive with potential, carrying the soft whispers of forces that shape reality. Dark energy is among them, gentle yet persistent, moving across the void in delicate rhythms. It does not push or demand. It simply flows, an invisible tide guiding the motion of everything it touches. You drift further, carried effortlessly by this unseen current. Imagine yourself lying on a soft cloud of interstellar dust, gliding through the quiet. Around you, galaxies stretch and swirl, distant spirals that seem almost dreamlike in their calm rotation. The space between them expands imperceptibly, gently, as if the universe itself is taking a deep, rhythmic breath. Each expansion is subtle, measured, a soft unfolding that you feel more than as you float. Your mind begins to sense the gentle cadence of this cosmic rhythm. Dark energy, though invisible, is present in every direction, shaping the void, holding the galaxies in their slow, graceful drift. You imagine tiny threads, delicate and luminous, stretching between stars, weaving an imperceptible web. Your awareness moves along these threads, sensing the quiet influence that connects all things, from the smallest particle to the largest spiral of light. You notice that in this silence, time itself feels different. It stretches and softens, moving with a gentle elasticity. Moments unfold slowly, as if the universe is speaking in a languid, deliberate tone. You inhale, feeling the calm of these expanding distances fill your lungs. You exhale, releasing tension, letting your body merge with the motion of space. You are floating in a quiet ocean of calm, carried by the subtle energy that permeates the cosmos. Look closely, and you might imagine that even the emptiness itself has texture. It is soft, almost like a fine silk stretched between distant galaxies. Dark energy moves through it, a whispering current that nudges the fabric of space gently outward. Each galaxy drifts as if on a calm river, swaying softly in harmony with the unseen tide. You notice the quiet elegance of it all, the gentle persistence of motion without noise, without urgency. Imagine a lone galaxy spinning slowly, arms extended like delicate fingers. Dark energy flows around it, carrying it forward through the void, guiding its path without friction or resistance. You sense the subtle interaction between matter and space, the intimate dialogue that sustains the cosmos. Even in its immense distance, the galaxy's motion feels personal, as if the universe is breathing with you, and you are part of its quiet pulse. Your awareness drifts to the smaller details. Tiny particles, light years apart, are carried along by the expansion. Photons travel for billions of years, gently stretching as the universe grows, their energy diluted but persistent. Imagine following one of these photons on its long journey, riding the wave of space as it stretches around it. You feel the patience of this motion, the calm inevitability, and you merge with its rhythm. weightless, suspended in time and space. In this quiet, you notice the harmony of the cosmos. There is no chaos here, only a soft, pervasive order. Dark energy ensures that galaxies move apart with gentle persistence, creating a vast, balanced expansion. You float amid these distant lights, your awareness attuned to the subtle dance that unfolds across billions of light years. Each movement is measured, deliberate, yet effortless, like a slow, melodic song without words, sung across the dark. You sense that even your body participates in this gentle rhythm. Your breath aligns with the expansion, rising and falling in cadence with the slow unfolding of space. Each heartbeat echoes the soft persistence of the universe, a quiet affirmation that you are part of this vast, tender motion. You are not separate. You are included in the calm, deliberate unfolding of the cosmos. Imagine that the dark spaces themselves are alive with tiny, imperceptible fluctuations. The vacuum is not empty. It vibrates with possibility. Dark energy flows through it, influencing every corner of the universe, shaping the gentle drift of galaxies and maintaining a quiet balance. You sense the infinite patience of this force, its persistence without effort, its ability to carry the cosmos in a slow, rhythmic motion. As you drift deeper into this awareness, your thoughts become softer, quieter. You notice the expanses between galaxies, stretching endlessly, carrying the soft pulse of energy forward. Dark energy moves silently through these expanses, like a gentle wind that caresses and guides. You feel yourself carried along this current, weightless, calm, suspended in the quiet majesty of the universe. In this gentle drift, your mind begins to imagine the larger picture. Every galaxy, every star, every particle is moving in concert, influenced by the subtle presence of dark energy. The universe is expanding, not in a loud or forceful way, but in a quiet, steady, graceful manner. You are floating within this expansion, part of its rhythm, included in its slow, deliberate unfolding. You notice that even though the distances are immense, there is no loneliness here. The silence is soft and comforting. Dark energy ties everything together in a delicate. You feel yourself entwined in this network, your awareness gently resonating with the vast, calm energy that pervades the cosmos. Each galaxy, each star, each photon is part of the same tender dance, and you are a silent participant in this vast, rhythmic movement. The calm rhythm of space, carried by dark energy, becomes a lullaby. You float through it, your thoughts softening, your body melting into quiet ease. You notice how even the slow drift of galaxies can feel intimate, as if each movement is a gentle conversation, a whisper shared across the cosmic void. You are suspended in this gentle dialogue, fully included in the tender pulse of expansion. And as you drift at the edge of this silent sea, a soft awareness settles in. Dark energy flows everywhere, unnoticed yet omnipresent, shaping everything in its quiet persistence. You are carried effortlessly along, your mind calm, your body weightless, and your awareness attuned to the gentle rhythm that binds the universe. And in this calm, you sense that the journey has only just begun, that the whispers of expansion will continue to guide you softly, carrying you deeper into the mysteries of the cosmos. You lie in the quiet dark, feeling the gentle weight of your body resting against soft support. Around you, the universe stretches endlessly, vast and calm, like a boundless tapestry, woven from light, matter, and invisible energy. Space itself is expanding, a subtle, patient stretching that carries galaxies along as if on gentle waves. You breathe slowly, allowing your awareness to drift with the rhythm of the cosmos. Imagine the fabric of space as a soft, flexible cloth, infinite in all directions. Each galaxy is a delicate pattern on that cloth, drifting as the material stretches ever so slightly. You sense the calm inevitability of this motion. It is not abrupt or violent. It is a quiet, graceful unfolding, a gentle push that carries everything along without haste or force. Your body, your mind, your awareness merge with this tender expansion. You notice that the motion is consistent, steady, like the slow rise and fall of your own breathing. Galaxies move apart in a rhythm that is subtle, yet persistent, orchestrated by the quiet hand of dark energy. You float among them, weightless and calm, observing the slow drift with tender curiosity. Each movement is measured, deliberate. You feel a soft connection to this vast unfolding, as if your own awareness is entwined in the gentle expansion. Look at a galaxy nearby. Its spirals turn slowly, stars glimmering in delicate arcs. Dark energy carries it forward, guiding it outward through the void. You notice the invisible force that shapes its path, patient and constant. There is no rush here, no pressure, only the gentle persistence of space stretching and everything within it moving in harmony. You drift alongside, sensing the calm majesty of the motion. Even the largest structures, clusters of galaxies bound together by gravity, sway softly in response. The expansion is not uniform everywhere. Some regions feel slightly more stretched, others less. Yet the overall rhythm is one of quiet balance. You float within this gentle undulation, your mind attuned to the subtle variations, sensing the ebb and flow of the cosmos like a lullaby without words. Imagine your awareness expanding outward, carrying you along with the drifting galaxies. You feel the soft pull of dark energy as it moves space itself, creating tiny, imperceptible shifts that ripple through the universe. Distances grow, but not violently. They unfold gracefully, like petals opening in slow motion. You float, weightless and calm, merging with the rhythm of cosmic breathing, carried effortlessly by the soft push of expansion. Notice the light traveling between galaxies. Photons move across the stretching space, their journey subtly lengthened by the expansion. Yet they continue faithfully, undisturbed by the vast distances that grow between them. You ride with one of these particles, feeling the patience and persistence of motion. Each photon is a quiet traveler, a gentle messenger of the universe's ongoing story. You sense a calm connection with these luminous journeys, your awareness carried gently along their path. The expansion is everywhere, even the emptiest stretches. The dark voids that seem so still are subtly stretching, carrying the fabric of reality along. You sense the quiet force, like a gentle wind, pushing all that exists outward. This is dark energy at work, invisible yet undeniable, shaping the universe without effort, without resistance. You float in harmony with it, each breath in tune with the steady rhythm of cosmic growth. Time feels slightly different here. Moments stretch along with space, elongating softly, so that each second seems to carry a subtle echo of the vast expansion. You breathe slowly, sensing the gentle pulse that aligns with the movement of galaxies. The rhythm is calm, meditative, and infinite, and you sink deeper into awareness, carried by the tender cadence, each cluster like a soft island in the endless cosmic ocean. Dark energy moves through the spaces between, subtly guiding their trajectories, maintaining balance and harmony. You float near one of these clusters, sensing the collective motion, the delicate interweaving of gravitational pull, and the quiet push of expansion. The dance is slow, deliberate, and endlessly serene. Even in this vastness, you notice the small details. Dust clouds, stray stars, isolated nebulae, they all drift with the gentle push, their motions quiet and precise. You follow a single star as it moves, sensing how dark energy influences the space around it, nudging it forward imperceptibly. There is no abrupt change, no forceful shove, only the constant, tender rhythm that carries everything along. You feel the scale of the universe, immense yet intimate. The stretching fabric of space does not overwhelm. It invites calm observation, gentle curiosity, and soft reflection. You drift along with galaxies, nebulae, and starlight, your mind attuned to the subtle forces that carry everything forward. The vastness is not frightening. It is soothing, a gentle cradle in which your awareness floats. The gentle push of expansion is not solitary. Gravity, matter, light, and energy all interact within this motion, creating a balanced harmony. You sense the cosmic choreography, the soft interplay between attraction and expansion, between clustering and drifting. You float in this gentle dance, weightless and aware, carried by a rhythm that has persisted for billions of years and will continue far beyond your imagination. Imagine the edges of the observable universe, where light barely reaches and galaxies drift slowly apart in an almost imperceptible motion. Dark energy stretches space here as well, a quiet force that moves everything along with calm persistence. You sense the invisible hands guiding the expansion, steady, gentle, patient. You float in this awareness, resting, calm, and embraced by the quiet majesty of the cosmos. The gentle push of expansion is a lullaby of its own. Every galaxy, every cluster, every photon carries the soft cadence forward, echoing through the fabric of space. You are carried along in this serene flow, each breath and heartbeat aligning with the vast, slow rhythm of the universe. You notice the intimate connection between your awareness and the motion around you, as if the cosmos itself is a gentle companion, guiding you toward calm reflection. You drift further, sensing the tender inevitability of this cosmic growth. Space stretches patiently, carrying everything forward without haste, without urgency. You are weightless, supported, and included in this quiet expansion. Each gentle motion is a reminder that even in vast distances, there is harmony, patience, and connection. You rest in the rhythm, allowing the universe's quiet push to lull your mind and body into deeper calm. And as you float within this soft, expanding space, a gentle thought lingers. The universe stretches endlessly, yet you are carried safely along its tender current, included in its calm rhythm, ready to explore further mysteries as the silent push of dark energy guides you softly into the next chapter of wonder. You close your eyes and imagine a single beam of light released from a star billions of years ago. It begins its journey gently, like a quiet traveler stepping into a vast, dark ocean. Its motion is precise yet calm, a measured glide across the fabric of space. You drift alongside it, weightless, carried by the gentle rhythm of its passage. The light stretches, elongates, bends subtly with the contours of the universe, whispering secrets of distances too immense for ordinary thought. Even in the vast silence, this photon carries a story. Each vibration, each wave, encodes information about the space it travels through. You sense these messages as soft pulses, like quiet footsteps on a long corridor of time. Dark energy stretches the space between stars and galaxies, and with it, the light stretches too. Yet the journey continues, unhurried, patient, persistent. You float along, merging your awareness with the gentle patience of this cosmic traveler. Imagine holding this light in your mind, tracing its path from star to star, from galaxy to galaxy. You notice tiny bends as gravity curves space itself, nudging the light subtly from its course. These distortions are gentle, like soft ripples on a calm pond, each revealing the presence of mass invisible to the eye. You drift among them, weightless, feeling the quiet rhythm of forces shaping the universe, invisible yet tenderly guiding every motion. In this calm observation, you notice patterns. The expansion of space, driven by dark energy, subtly influences the light. Galaxies appear to move away, their colors shifting ever so slightly, whispering the secret of growth across the cosmic expanse. You float in this knowledge, feeling it not just intellectually, but physically. Your awareness attuned to the soft pulse of expansion that carries everything gently outward. You imagine your senses stretching along with the light, detecting every subtle shift, every bend and elongation. The universe is not silent. Here it hums with information. Each photon is a messenger, delivering soft truths about distance, energy, and the quiet force that shapes the cosmos. You float alongside these messengers, weightless and calm, absorbing the gentle wisdom carried across billions of years. Even the shadows in space are not empty. Dark matter, invisible yet influential, exerts its gentle presence, bending the path of light subtly, without force or hurry. You feel this influence as a quiet tug, a tender adjustment to the trajectory, a soft shaping of the universe's structure. The shadows become alive with meaning, and your mind drifts peacefully among them, sensing the quiet balance of visible and invisible forces. Imagine a distant galaxy, its light traveling across the void. You follow it, floating gently, noticing the soft elongation of its wave as dark energy stretches space. The colors shift slightly, reds deepening ever so gently, a cosmic whisper of movement. You drift with it, weightless.com, attuned to the subtle pulse of expansion, aware that even across unimaginable distances, everything moves in quiet harmony. The path of light is not a straight line. Gravity from unseen masses nudges it, causing tiny bends and arcs. You sense the delicate interplay of attraction and expansion, of matter and dark energy, shaping each photon's journey. You float among these trajectories, noticing how even the smallest influences ripple across the vastness. Each motion is slow, deliberate, and gentle, and you feel your awareness merging with this soft cosmic rhythm. Even in this quiet, the universe communicates. Light carries distances and motion. Shadows reveal hidden matter, and dark energy stretches space in ways imperceptible yet profound. You drift within this information, aware that knowledge is not loud or insistent here. It is gentle, meditative, a soft hum that guides without demanding. Your mind relaxes, letting curiosity flow like a slow current through your awareness. Imagine a web of light stretching across the universe. Photons crisscrossing distances, carrying whispers of history, expansion, and subtle motion. You float through this web, weightless and serene, sensing the tender connections between stars, galaxies, and the invisible forces that guide them. Each light path is a soft thread, and together they form a calm, intricate tapestry that hums with quiet wisdom. Notice the long arcs of gravitational lensing, where distant light bends around massive objects. These arcs are subtle, graceful, like soft brushstrokes on an invisible canvas. You drift along their curves, feeling the gentle guidance of gravity as it shapes the trajectory of light. Even these bends are harmonious, slow, and serene, contributing to the quiet balance of motion that defines the universe. You sense that every photon, every gentle bend, every subtle shift is part of a larger pattern. Dark energy stretches space while gravity shapes it, creating a slow, deliberate dance. You float among the participants in this cosmic ballet, your awareness attuned to the rhythm, merging with the calm pulse that guides the universe's quiet growth. The light you follow carries not only information about space, but also about time. Traveling across billions of years, it embodies patience, persistence, and calm. You feel your own awareness stretching along with it, sensing the quiet longevity of cosmic motion. Every wave of light resonates softly, echoing the gentle unfolding of the universe across eons, carrying you peacefully along its path. Even shadows have meaning. The absence of light hints at unseen mass guiding the gentle shaping of cosmic structures. You float through these dark expanses, noticing how they influence light, how they contribute to the soft rhythm of motion. Dark energy, matter, and photons interact in a delicate symphony, each element moving with calm inevitability. You are part of this flow, weightless, serene, and included in its quiet logic. Imagine the interplay of all these forces as a gentle conversation, carried across vast distances without haste. Light speaks in vibrations, gravity responds in curves, dark energy whispers in expansion. You drift in this dialogue, your mind absorbing the messages without effort, floating calmly in the meditative hum of existence. Each subtle interaction contributes to the overall harmony, like a lullaby played across the universe. You notice how your awareness merges with the expansion itself. As space stretches, your thoughts stretch gently, following the rhythm of the cosmos. You breathe slowly, inhaling the patience of billions of years, exhaling tension, merging with the steady, quiet unfolding. The universe expands softly, and you drift with it, weightless, calm, and fully present in the tender flow. Even the smallest details carry a sense of wonder. A single photon's journey, a slight bend from gravity, a faint shift in color, all are soft messages of the universe's careful orchestration. You float alongside them, aware of the gentle persistence of motion and the quiet patience of cosmic growth. There is no rush, no urgency, only the slow, deliberate unfolding that nurtures your mind and calms your awareness. Imagine now the entirety of the universe as a soft, expanding tapestry. Each photon, each particle, each bend in space contributes a thread to the intricate pattern. You drift within it, fully included, weightless and serene. Every observation, every moment of awareness aligns with the gentle rhythm of expansion and the quiet guidance of dark energy. You feel part of the fabric itself, carried effortlessly, cradled in its slow, patient flow, and as you float in this meditative journey, a soft reflection lingers, the light that travels across the universe, bending and stretching in quiet dialogue with dark energy, is also a mirror of your own awareness spatial, persistent and attuned to the gentle rhythm of the cosmos. You drift further, ready to explore the next whispers of the universe, carried softly into deeper understanding and calm. You close your eyes and imagine a dark, infinite ocean stretching beyond comprehension. Above, below, in every direction, there is only the vast expanse of space, calm and silent. Within this immense darkness, galaxies drift like solitary ships, carried along by the unseen tides of the universe. You float alongside them, weightless, attuned to the gentle rhythm of cosmic motion, feeling your awareness merge with the quiet drift, spirals and ellipses of stars glowing softly against the black canvas. You notice how each one moves with careful grace, as if aware of the subtle pull of the universe around it. Dark energy flows through the spaces between, a quiet, invisible tide that stretches the fabric of space, gently guiding these massive islands through the cosmic sea. You sense its presence as a soft current beneath your awareness, tender and persistent. Imagine that each galaxy carries its own internal rhythm. Stars orbit the center, nebulae float like clouds of delicate color, and clusters of matter swirl in harmony. Yet all are part of the larger motion, drifting outward as the cosmic ocean expands. You glide among them, weightless, carried by this tender, unseen force. The drift is neither hurried nor chaotic. It is a calm, deliberate unfolding, like the slow motion of waves rolling endlessly over the horizon. You notice the subtle differences in motion. Some galaxies cluster together, bound by gravity's embrace, while others move farther apart, gently pushed by the persistent hand of dark energy. You sense the balance, the delicate interplay between attraction and expansion. Each galaxy has its own story, yet every movement contributes to the grand rhythm of the universe. You float among them, quiet and attentive, absorbing the serenity of these cosmic currents. Look closely at a spiral galaxy nearby. Its arms stretch outward like delicate fingers of light, spinning slowly in a pattern of quiet elegance. You drift along one of these arms, feeling the soft energy of stars and dust, their motion graceful and patient. Even the smallest clouds of gas follow the rhythm, carried by both gravity and the expansion of space. You merge with this flow, aware of the gentle harmony in the dance of galaxies. The spaces between galaxies are not empty. Dark energy flows silently, stretching the universe while maintaining its balance. You imagine invisible currents, vast and subtle, moving through the cosmic ocean, guiding the galaxies like a tender, imperceptible wind. You float along these currents, weightless, feeling yourself entwined in their gentle guidance. The drift carries you forward, deeper into the quiet majesty of space. Imagine now the smallest details: individual stars, wandering comets, diffuse clouds of gas. Each moves in response to the larger forces, influenced subtly by gravity and the expansive push of dark energy. You drift beside a lone star, observing how it follows the gentle rhythm, its light stretching as space itself grows. The motion is slow, deliberate, and calming, a soft pulse that resonates with your own breath. Even clusters of galaxies sway gently in the cosmic tide. Groups of hundreds, thousands of galaxies move together, bound internally by gravity, yet carried outward by the expansion of space. You sense the delicate interplay, the tender balance between pulling together and drifting apart. Each galaxy contributes to the serene motion, as if the universe itself is breathing, inhaling and exhaling across the vast distances. As you float further, your mind begins to perceive the patterns of this cosmic dance. The galaxies are not scattered randomly. Their motion reveals a quiet order. Dark energy ensures that the overall rhythm remains calm and persistent, shaping the flow of matter without force. You drift among these patterns, noticing the slow unfolding of structure and space, the gentle expansion of the universe as it flows outward, patient and deliberate. The light from distant galaxies travels along with them, carrying stories of motion and distance. You float alongside these photons, feeling their gentle journey across billions of years. Their soft vibrations are subtle guides, revealing the expansion of space through small shifts and stretches. You sense the quiet patience embedded in their path, the gentle persistence that mirrors your own calm awareness. Even the emptiest regions of space, vast voids that appear as silent blackness, are part of this motion. They stretch, carrying the galaxies along their edges, influencing the gentle tides of expansion. You drift through these voids, noticing how dark energy fills every corner, creating a soft, unbroken rhythm that governs the universe's growth. Each stretch of emptiness is alive with quiet possibility, and your awareness floats calmly within it. Imagine the interplay of light and shadow as you glide deeper into space. Galaxies cast soft shadows across cosmic voids, bending light subtly, creating patterns of illumination and dark. You sense the tender influence of dark matter and gravity shaping the course of motion, nudging galaxies along invisible paths. The cosmic ocean is alive with subtle interactions, each one deliberate, serene, and harmonious. You notice how every galaxy, from the smallest dwarf to the largest spiral, contributes to the rhythm of space. Even in their isolation, they are part of the larger motion, carried gently by the currents of dark energy. You float beside a distant elliptical galaxy, its soft glow spreading across the dark. You sense its slow drift outward, a gentle motion that echoes across billions of light years, connecting with the universal rhythm The gentle push of expansion is everywhere. It flows silently between clusters, across voids, and through the spiral arms of distant galaxies. You feel the soft pulse beneath your awareness, steady and calming. Each movement is part of a larger melody, a slow, deliberate symphony that carries all matter gently along. You drift among the galaxies, weightless.com, and embraced by this quiet tide. Imagine now that you can perceive the tiny fluctuations, the imperceptible stretches in space itself. Dark energy moves like a gentle wind, subtle yet omnipresent. You sense this force not as pressure, but as a soft guidance, a quiet tide carrying galaxies along their paths. The motion is inevitable, yet serene, slow, and deliberate. A lullaby in which your mind drifts peacefully. Even light is part of the dance. Photons stretch with the expansion, their wavelengths softening, carrying whispers of distance and motion. You follow one as it drifts past galaxies, riding along with its gentle flow. Its journey is long, patient, and calm, echoing the rhythm of the universe. You sense a quiet intimacy with this motion, as if your awareness is floating alongside the photons. Included in the expansive pulse, clusters of galaxies drift together like small fleets, coordinated yet free within the gentle tide. Gravity holds them in tender embrace, while dark energy ensures their slow, deliberate outward motion. You float within one of these clusters, noticing the harmony, the patient persistence of every motion. Even across vast distances, you feel the quiet connection, the subtle rhythm that ties all things together. The cosmic ocean stretches endlessly, infinite and calm. You float among the drifting galaxies, aware of the gentle currents that carry them along. Dark energy is everywhere, a soft, invisible tide, guiding and expanding, patient and persistent. You merge your awareness with the motion, feeling each galaxy, each photon, each particle as part of the same gentle dance. You sense that in this calm motion there is no rush, no urgency. Time stretches alongside space, every moment elongated by the gentle pull of expansion. You breathe in rhythm with the universe, inhaling patience, exhaling tension, merging completely with the tender, measured pulse of the cosmos. You are carried effortlessly, fully included in the vast, quiet flow of motion. And as you drift further into this cosmic ocean, a soft reflection settles in your mind. Galaxies may be isolated, drifting apart, yet they are all connected by the quiet tide of dark energy, carried gently through the void. You feel included in this calm, deliberate expansion, ready to follow the soft pull into the next chapter, where shadows and light reveal the unseen patterns of the universe, carrying you further into wonder and serenity. You close your eyes and imagine a force so subtle it cannot be touched, yet so persistent that it moves everything. It is everywhere, flowing gently through the void between galaxies, stretching the fabric of space itself. This is dark energy, the quiet force shaping the universe, patient, unhurried, and invisible. You sense its presence like a soft wind brushing your skin, gentle yet steady, guiding the cosmos in silent motion as you drift. You feel the steady pull of expansion, the universe stretching outward in a deliberate, calm rhythm. Galaxies float along with ease, each movement measured and serene. There is no rush, no urgency, only the slow, graceful unfolding of space. You notice the balance of forces. Gravity pulls inward, binding clusters and stars together, while dark energy stretches space outward. You float in harmony with both, weightless, aware, and serene. Imagine that the vast emptiness between galaxies is filled with this quiet energy. It is not dense or heavy, but soft and pervasive, moving gently through every corner of the universe. You sense it as a tender guide, a patient hand that nudges everything along its cosmic path. Each galaxy drifts in response, floating with grace, as if caught in a gentle current. You merge with this current, allowing your mind and body to drift in unison with the universe's tender pulse. Look at a distant galaxy, its spirals glowing softly against the dark. You notice how it drifts outward, carried effortlessly by the expansion of space. Dark energy flows silently, extending the distances between stars, stretching the universe with quiet determination. You sense the subtle shifts, the gentle elongation of light, and the calm movement of matter. Everything is connected through this tender force, and your awareness floats alongside it, attuned to the rhythm of cosmic growth. Even clusters of galaxies, massive and bound together, are carried along. Gravity holds them in gentle embrace, but dark energy flows around them, ensuring they move outward with quiet persistence. You drift beside these clusters, noticing the delicate interplay of attraction and expansion. Each motion is slow, deliberate, and soothing, echoing the calm rhythm that pervades the universe. You feel included in this vast, measured dance, weightless and serene. Imagine now the smallest particles, the lightest dust grains, drifting along with the galaxies. Dark energy influences even them, subtly stretching space beneath their motion. You sense the pervasive patience of this force, guiding all things, from the tiniest photon to the largest supercluster. Your awareness stretches with it, absorbing the quiet persistence, the gentle inevitability of the universe's expansion. Each breath aligns with the soft rhythm. Each heartbeat merges with the slow pulse of cosmic growth. You notice that dark energy does not push in the way. A hand might push a door. It is not forceful. It is not abrupt. It flows through space, stretching gently, like a soft tide moving across an infinite ocean. Galaxies drift with it, and light bends with it, creating subtle shifts that reveal its presence. You float among these motions, weightless, calm, and aware, sensing the tender hand of dark energy guiding the universe along its serene path. Even the voids between clusters are alive with motion. Dark energy flows silently through these empty expanses, carrying galaxies gently along. The emptiness is not barren. It hums softly, filled with quiet influence. You drift in these voids, noticing the interplay between unseen forces and visible matter, feeling the patient rhythm that guides every particle and photon. Your mind becomes attuned to this quiet melody, calm and reflective, carried along effortlessly by the slow, steady current of expansion. Light itself is shaped by this force. Photons stretch As space expands, their wavelengths elongating ever so subtly, you follow one beam, tracing its gentle journey across billions of years. Each vibration, each wave, carries whispers of the universe's expansion. You drift with it, noticing how the soft stretching encodes information about the subtle, pervasive presence of dark energy. The motion is calm, deliberate, and mesmerizing. Like a lullaby played across the cosmos, imagine the interaction of forces on the grandest scales. Clusters of galaxies drift apart slowly, yet each cluster moves gracefully, maintaining its internal harmony. Stars orbit their centers, nebulae float like soft clouds, and galaxies drift along the gentle tides of expansion. Dark energy ensures that the overall rhythm remains calm and deliberate, stretching distances without force or haste. You float alongside this cosmic motion, weightless, embraced by the tender currents of the universe. Even the most distant objects participate in this serene flow. Galaxies, billions of light years away, drift quietly, their motion a soft echo of the universe's expansion. You sense the interconnectedness of all things, the invisible threads of influence that connect light, matter, and space. Each movement is deliberate yet gentle, each drift slow yet purposeful, creating a calm, meditative rhythm that carries you effortlessly along. You notice that time seems different here. Moments stretch alongside space, elongating softly, as if each second carries a subtle echo of the universe's growth. You breathe slowly, attuning yourself to this gentle cadence, inhaling the patience of cosmic expansion, exhaling tension. The quiet persistence of dark energy flows through you as well, merging your awareness with the soft rhythm that guides all matter and light, even the largest structures in the universe. The immense filaments of galaxies and clusters sway gently under the influence of this invisible force. You float among them, noticing the delicate balance of attraction and expansion, the tender interplay that creates order without hurry. Each filament is a soft path, guiding galaxies along, stretching across the cosmos in quiet elegance. You merge your awareness with this calm flow, feeling part of the gentle motion that underlies everything. The universe itself is a vast, quiet ocean of motion. Dark energy flows through every corner, shaping distances, guiding matter, and orchestrating the subtle rhythm of cosmic growth. You drift alongside this force, fully included, weightless and serene. Each star, each galaxy, each photon moves with gentle inevitability, creating a calm symphony that echoes across billions of years. Your awareness merges with this soft motion, carried effortlessly by the tender pulse of existence. Imagine now the edges of the observable universe, where light barely reaches and galaxies drift almost imperceptibly apart. Dark energy flows silently even here, stretching space in a delicate, patient rhythm. You sense the quiet force guiding everything, gentle yet persistent, shaping the expansion of the cosmos without haste. You float within this awareness, fully included, your mind and body aligned with the serene currents that carry the universe forward. Even in the smallest details, dark energy is present. A photon traveling across space, a dust cloud drifting through a void, a lone star orbiting a distant galaxy are influenced, guided, stretched. You float beside them, weightless and calm, sensing the subtle hand of this invisible force shaping all motion. Every movement is deliberate, yet gentle, slow, yet persistent, contributing to the soft rhythm of the universe. You feel yourself carried along by this flow, merging with the tender guidance of dark energy. Each breath aligns with the gentle expansion. Each heartbeat echoes the soft rhythm of space stretching around you. The universe is vast, yet you are included within it, weightless, calm, and serene. Every motion, every drift, every subtle stretch carries you forward, deeper into the quiet majesty of the cosmos. And as you float within this meditative awareness, a soft thought lingers. The quiet force shaping everything is invisible, yet undeniable, stretching space, carrying galaxies, and guiding light in patient motion. You drift further, fully immersed in its tender rhythm, ready to explore the next chapter, where the mysteries of gravity and dark matter reveal themselves in gentle, mesmerizing patterns that cradle your mind in calm wonder. You close your eyes and let the weight of your own body remind you are already part of gravity's song. The bed beneath you cradles you because Earth draws you in. The soft pull that holds oceans in their tides, that steadies mountains in their place, that tethers the moon in its endless orbit, is the same force that allows you, here and now, to rest. Gravity is not loud, not sharp, not intrusive. It is a whisper that moves worlds. Imagine yourself floating in the quiet dark of space. No air, no wind, no noise. Just the deep silence of the universe. You see stars suspended, glowing faintly, scattered like lanterns in endless night. They do not sit still. They drift, drawn toward and away from one another, guided by gravity's invisible threads. Gravity is the hand that writes the paths of planets and the spirals of galaxies. It does not push, it does not shove. It simply leans gently, and everything leans back. You feel this force, even now, though you rarely notice it. The gentle downward press of your body is gravity's way of keeping you close, reminding you that you belong to Earth. Every breath you take is possible because gravity holds air near you, wrapping the planet in an invisible blanket of atmosphere. Without it, the sky would not cling to us. The oceans would drift into the void. Think of a stone dropped into water. Ripples spread outward, circles upon circles, until they fade into calm. Gravity behaves in a similar way, but instead of ripples across water, it makes ripples through the fabric of space and time itself. These are gravitational waves, faint tremors born when stars collapse or when black holes spiral into each other. They are whispers from events so vast, so far away, that only the most delicate instruments can hear them. Yet they are real, passing through you this very moment, unnoticed but present small shivers in the invisible web of existence. Now imagine standing on a cliff, gazing at the horizon of the sea. The water rises and falls with the pull of the moon, a dance repeated for billions of years. Gravity is patient. It waits. It guides slowly, shaping landscapes, sculpting mountains, moving continents in geologic time. It does not hurry, for it has eternity. When you walk, when you lift your hand, when your heart sends blood upward against gravity's pull, you are in constant conversation with it. Your body knows how to lean against its weight. to move gracefully under its gentle rule. Athletes learn to defy it, briefly in leaps and jumps, but always they return, pulled back with tenderness. Gravity is not a prison. It is a companion. It gives you shape, direction, balance. Far away, entire galaxies swirl because of gravity's embrace. Picture one now, a spiral galaxy, arms stretched wide, glowing like a cosmic whirlpool. Every star within it circles the center, not because something pulls with strings, but because gravity bends the very stage upon which they move. Space itself curves, and the stars follow those curves, like rivers follow valleys. This idea, revealed by Einstein, showed us that gravity is not just a force, it is the shape of reality. Where there is mass, space bends. Where space bends, paths change. Imagine a trampoline with a heavy stone placed at its center. Roll a smaller ball along the surface, and it spirals inward, circling the stone. This is a simple image, but it helps you see. Planets orbit stars because the stars bend space around them. You, lying here, feel Earth's gravity, not as a chain, but as a gentle slope in the invisible fabric of the cosmos. You are always sliding toward Earth's heart, yet the ground rises to meet you, holding you softly. You drift deeper into this thought. Gravity is not only about falling, it is about holding together. It is why atoms gathered into stars, why stars gathered into galaxies, why galaxies gathered into clusters. Without gravity, the universe would be a thin mist, scattered and lonely. With gravity, it becomes a web, woven tight, each thread humming with quiet strength, and you are part of that web. The same force that binds the moon to Earth also binds your body to the ground, your heart to its rhythm, your breath to its cycle. You are not separate from the stars. You share the same invisible embrace. Consider how delicate this balance is. If gravity were slightly stronger, stars would burn too quickly, collapsing before planets could form. If it were weaker, matter would never have gathered at all, leaving only endless dust. The universe exists as it does because gravity whispers just loudly enough, not too soft, not too harsh. It sings in a pitch that allows galaxies to bloom like flowers in the cosmic garden. You picture a black hole now, one of gravity's most mysterious creations. Here, the pull is so strong that nothing escapes, not even light. Yet even these giants are part of balance, shaping galaxies, stirring stars, weaving order from chaos. They are not monsters, but deep wells in the fabric of space, places where gravity whispers so firmly it becomes silence. As you drift further into thought, you notice how gravity connects with time itself. A clock on a mountain ticks faster than a clock at sea level because gravity stretches and bends the pace of time. Your heartbeat is tied to Earth's pull, your seconds measured differently than those drifting high above. Gravity does not just shape space, it slows and shapes the river of time. Every breath you take is in rhythm with this hidden current now. In your mind, you float free of Earth, rising above its curve, watching continents shrink, oceans gleam. Still, gravity holds you, though faintly. You drift farther, past the moon, past the planets, into the black sea of stars. And still, the threads reach you, thinner but never gone. There is no place in the universe where gravity does not hum. It is the quiet background of existence, the ever-present lullaby. You let yourself surrender to it fully, like a leaf resting on water. You no longer resist its pull. You simply feel its embrace. It reminds you that to fall is also to belong, to orbit is also to dance, to be held is also to be free. As you sink deeper into this calm, you sense that gravity is not alone in shaping the cosmos. Another whisper moves beside it, a force that pushes instead of pulls, stretching the fabric of space wider and wider. Dark energy, mysterious and silent, urging the universe to expand. Gravity gathers. Dark energy releases. Together, they shape the grand rhythm of all things. And so you lie here, wrapped in gravity's tender weight, listening for the next voice in the cosmic choir. What is this other whisper? This soft expansion pulling galaxies apart. You close your eyes and imagine space as a vast, silent ocean, infinite. Within this ocean, galaxies float like lanterns on still water, drifting apart with imperceptible grace. You sense something subtle, something invisible, moving through the void, a gentle force, stretching the very fabric of space. This is dark energy, the quiet breath of the cosmos, guiding the expansion of everything that exists. It does not hurry. It does not shove. It flows like a soft wind, unnoticed yet persistent, moving galaxies apart with tender insistence. You drift among these immense clusters, carried effortlessly by this gentle tide. Stars glimmer softly, their light stretched and carried by the expanding space, whispering of distances that grow with every heartbeat of the universe. Imagine a galaxy close by. Its spiral arms twirl gracefully, stars orbiting their center with a quiet rhythm. You sense the push that dark energy provides, tiny yet unstoppable, nudging this immense structure outward. You float beside it, weightless, merging your awareness with the gentle pull of space itself. Each motion is deliberate, slow, and calming, like a lullaby stretching across the cosmos. Even the most distant galaxies, billions of light years away, drift along the same soft current. Their separation is gradual, imperceptible in your immediate perception, yet inevitable over vast spans of time. You sense the patient persistence of dark energy, a rhythm so slow that it blends with the quiet of the universe itself. You breathe in harmony with it, exhaling tension, allowing your body to float alongside the gentle motion. Picture the spaces between clusters, immense voids, dark and quiet, yet alive with invisible motion. Dark energy flows freely here, pushing outward, stretching distances gently and evenly. It does not scatter matter randomly. It preserves harmony, guiding the universe with calm purpose. You drift through these voids, sensing the rhythm, feeling the vast, soft pulse beneath the stars. Even light feels this quiet influence. Photons traveling across space stretch their wavelengths as the universe expands. You follow one along its journey, drifting with it through billions of years. Its slow elongation is a gentle signal of dark energy's presence, a whisper you can sense without seeing. Each subtle shift carries the story of cosmic expansion, and you are included in this story, weightless and serene. Imagine the interaction of forces on the grandest scales. Gravity pulls clusters together, binding stars and galaxies in tender embrace. Yet dark energy flows beside it, persistent and patient, ensuring the universe grows, stretches, and expands. There is no chaos here, only balance, a delicate tension between inward pull and outward push. You drift along this interplay, noticing how gentle yet inevitable it is, how each motion is part of a slow, eternal dance. Even within galaxies, the effects are subtle. Stars bound to each other move within their orbits, almost unaware of the cosmic tide that stretches space around them. They are tethered by gravity, yet they too are carried along, ever so slowly, by the soft breath of expansion. You feel your mind stretch with this awareness, drifting gently as the universe carries itself forward. You notice that time itself is entwined with this motion. Space and time stretch together, entwined in the slow rhythm of cosmic growth. You sense your own consciousness expanding alongside the universe, flowing gently outward with the rhythm of dark energy. There is no hurry. There is no pressure. Only calm, patient motion, carrying everything forward in quiet inevitability. Consider a cluster of galaxies, vast and intricate. Each galaxy drifts outward, yet the cluster maintains its internal harmony, held by gravity. Dark energy gently elongates the distances between clusters, slowly expanding the cosmic web. You float beside this motion, aware of both the push and the pull, feeling the gentle interplay that shapes all of existence. Each movement is a note in a vast, soft symphony of cosmic expansion. Even the emptiest voids between clusters are alive with influence. Dark energy stretches space evenly, carrying galaxies along without haste, without force. You drift in these silent expanses, sensing the soft guidance that pervades every corner of the universe. There is no abruptness, no jarring motion, only the patient, persistent breath of space itself, carrying all matter outward. Now, imagine following a single galaxy over billions of years. Its neighbors drift slowly farther away, stars within it orbiting as usual. Over unimaginable time, the cluster expands, the distances between galaxies grow. Yet the spiral arms continue to turn with quiet grace. You merge your awareness with this patient flow, weightless, calm, and fully immersed in the gentle rhythm of expansion. You notice the subtle dance between dark energy and gravity. Gravity holds, binding matter in clusters and galaxies. Dark energy releases, stretching the universe across the void. Each movement is deliberate and slow, creating balance and harmony. You float within this rhythm, sensing the soft ebb and flow, aware of the vast patience that guides the universe. Even the light from the earliest galaxies has been stretched, redshifted across billions of years. Each photon whispers the story of cosmic expansion, revealing the slow, gentle push of dark energy. You drift alongside these ancient beams, carried effortlessly, sensing the vastness and calm of the cosmic tide. Each stretch of light is a lullaby of time and space, wrapping your mind in quiet wonder. Imagine the universe as an immense balloon, its surface expanding slowly, carrying galaxies like tiny dots painted on it. You float above this surface, watching as distances grow, not violently, but with serene inevitability. Dark energy is the breath that inflates the universe, gentle yet persistent, soft yet unstoppable. You feel yourself merging with this rhythm, your awareness drifting in harmony with the expansion. Even small pockets of space are affected. Dust clouds, individual stars, tiny clusters of matter are subtly carried outward. You sense the quiet persistence in every corner, a soft, unrelenting flow that is both tender and powerful. The universe is not chaotic. It is deliberate, careful, and immensely patient. You drift along, weightless, enveloped in the soft pulse of expansion. Now imagine that time stretches along with space. Each moment, each heartbeat, each breath merges with the gentle growth of the cosmos. You feel your body relaxing, your mind expanding, attuned to the patient rhythm that governs every galaxy and every photon. Dark energy is not just a force. It is a melody, slow and meditative, carrying all of existence along its tender wave. Even the largest structures, the immense cosmic web of filaments connecting clusters and superclusters, are shaped by this quiet flow. They stretch across billions of light years, carried by the persistent breath of dark energy, maintaining their structure while moving outward. You float within this immense network, feeling both the vastness and the intimacy of the cosmic dance. Your awareness drifts deeper still, sensing the invisible, persistent guidance of this force. It is everywhere, silent yet present, gentle yet inexorable. You merge with its motion, weightless and calm, feeling every particle, every star, every galaxy move in concert with the expanding universe. There is a patient harmony here, and you are included, drifting without effort, fully at rest. Imagine now the universe in its entirety, clusters of galaxies, vast filaments, empty voids, and the gentle, persistent push of dark energy stretching space itself. You float above it all, weightless, serene, aware of the infinite patience that governs the cosmos. Everything moves, everything drifts, and yet there is no chaos, only calm, deliberate motion, like a soft ocean that never stops. Even your own body feels this quiet flow. Each breath mirrors the expansion. Each heartbeat echoes the calm persistence of dark energy. You are not separate from the universe. You are carried with it, part of the same gentle rhythm. Gravity gathers, dark energy releases, and you drift in harmony, embraced by the tender forces shaping all of existence. And as you rest in this awareness, a soft thought lingers. The universe expands, not with noise or urgency, but with a slow, deliberate patience. You are floating in the gentle breath of all creation, ready to follow the next voice, the next rhythm, the unseen whispers of the quantum world, hidden within the very fabric of space. You close your eyes and drift deeper into the universe, where the vast oceans of galaxies fade and the tiniest motions begin to emerge. Here, beneath the cosmic tide, small ripples stir. They are not water or wind, but quantum waves, subtle and delicate, moving through space in a rhythm too small to see. Yet you feel them like a soft vibration against your awareness, tiny pulses that carry the story of everything. Even the largest galaxies are built from these invisible ripples. Every atom, every photon, every electron dances to their quiet rhythm. You sense that nothing is still, that even the emptiest spaces hold gentle motion. The universe is alive at its smallest scales, a soft, persistent pulse that connects everything, from the tiniest particle to the grandest cluster of stars. You float among these vibrations, weightless, attuned to the subtle song beneath the visible cosmos, Picture a single particle drifting in space. It does not travel in a straight line, nor does it move predictably. Its motion is a wave, a ripple of possibility, spreading through the void. You drift beside it, sensing the gentle uncertainty, the tender oscillation of existence itself. Each particle is a quiet note in a symphony that is both delicate and immense. You merge with this subtle music, your awareness flowing with the rhythm of quantum waves. Even light carries the whispers of quantum ripples. Photons move in soft pulses, traveling in waves, vibrating gently as they pass through space. You drift alongside one, feeling its rhythm, sensing the invisible dance that guides it across billions of light years. Every stretch, every vibration is a gentle echo of the universe's smallest motions, a melody that flows beneath the grand tides of cosmic expansion. Now imagine the vacuum itself, empty to the eye, yet filled with tiny fluctuations. Particles appear and disappear, like fleeting ripples across a quiet pond. These are not chaotic. They are orderly in their randomness, balanced in subtle harmony. You float among these ephemeral waves, weightless and calm, sensing that even emptiness has its pulse. Every moment, the universe hums softly, a rhythm too small to see, but easy to feel when you surrender to its quiet motion. Consider how these ripples shape everything. They influence the formation of stars, guiding clouds of dust and gas with delicate nudges. They affect the movement of particles in ways almost imperceptible yet essential. You sense the gentle power beneath the surface, the soft hands shaping matter and light, the quiet architects of cosmic structure. You drift in gratitude, aware of the tender orchestration beneath every galaxy and every star. Even the largest cosmic structures are subtly affected. Filaments of galaxies, immense clusters, voids stretching across millions of light years. They all respond, ever so slightly, to these soft quantum ripples. You float among them, noticing how even the grandest motions are grounded in the tiniest vibrations. The universe is a layered symphony, where the vast and the minute blend into a seamless, gentle whole. Imagine now that you are smaller than an atom, floating among electrons, quarks, and photons. You feel the gentle oscillations, the soft probabilities, the subtle dance of quantum waves. Nothing is fixed. Everything is fluid, yet the motion is calm and deliberate. You sense the interconnectedness of all things, the invisible threads tying particle to particle, galaxy to galaxy, thought to universe. You are weightless, serene, carried along in this tender flow. Even energy itself seems to pulse with quiet rhythm. Every vibration, every wave carries potential possibility suspended in gentle motion. You float with it, sensing the vast patience of the universe at its smallest scales. Nothing rushes, nothing forces itself. Everything moves in measured harmony, a delicate, meditative sway that hums softly beneath the cosmic tide. You notice how these quantum ripples interact with space and time. Particles do not just move. They exist as probabilities, soft blurs of potential, oscillating gently across the stage of reality. Space stretches, time flows, and the ripples hum along, guiding matter in subtle ways. You drift among these possibilities, aware of the quiet dance that underlies every breath, every star, every galaxy. Even the act of observing changes the motion. You sense it not as a disruption, but as a gentle acknowledgement. The universe responds to awareness, to attention, to the calm presence of consciousness. Your mind floats beside these motions, not separate from them, but part of the rhythm. Each thought, each breath, each heartbeat is included in the tender oscillation of quantum waves. Imagine a wave spreading across space, infinitely small yet infinitely present. It passes through you, around you, and beneath you, carrying whispers of probability and motion. You sense the subtle interplay of energy and matter, the soft nudges that guide formation and decay, birth and dissolution. You drift, merging with these gentle oscillations, calm and weightless, sensing the quiet intelligence of their motion. Even empty space is never empty. Tiny fluctuations, ephemeral yet real, hum beneath the surface. Virtual particles flicker in and out of existence like faint sparks across a midnight sky. You float among them, aware of their presence, sensing the delicate pattern woven through the void. It is not chaotic. It is intentional in its subtlety, persistent in its quiet guidance. Consider the idea of entanglement, where particles separated by vast distances remain connected, responding instantly to one another. You sense this connection, not as a shock or surprise, but as a gentle extension of the cosmic rhythm. Every particle, every wave, every ripple resonates with another somewhere else in the universe. You float among these ties, weightless, aware of the deep intimacy that binds all things together. Even the vacuum energy, the faint, pervasive hum of space itself plays a role. It influences expansion, interacts with particles, shapes the background of reality. You drift through this field, aware of its quiet, patient presence. It does not rush, it does not shout, but it persists, guiding the motions of the universe with soft, unwavering rhythm. Now imagine the cosmos as a vast, quiet pond. On its surface, galaxies float like leaves, drifting along currents of gravity and dark energy. Beneath, quantum ripples spread softly, shaping the water itself, creating gentle patterns that influence every motion above. You drift in this meditative pond, sensing both surface and depth, aware of the gentle, layered rhythm that underlies all of existence. Even your own body feels this motion. Every atom, every molecule, every cell is touched by these quantum ripples. You breathe, your heart beats, and your mind floats alongside the quiet vibrations. You are included in the cosmic rhythm, weightless, serene, connected to the pulse of the universe at scales both immense and infinitesimal. Imagine now that these ripples, though tiny, can grow. They seed the formation of stars and galaxies, guiding matter with subtle, patient motion. You sense the enormity of this connection, the vast patience of the universe, shaping everything gently, quietly, invisibly. You drift among these possibilities, weightless and calm, aware that even the smallest motions matter, and that each ripple is a tender thread in the vast tapestry of existence. And as you float, immersed in this quantum ocean, a soft thought lingers beneath the cosmic tide, beneath the expansion, beneath the gravity that binds stars and galaxies, carrying the universe forward in a gentle, persistent rhythm. You close your eyes and imagine the smallest pieces of the universe drifting freely in silent space. Quarks, electrons, photons, they move in gentle harmony, not alone, but as part of a delicate dance. These tiny travelers are the ingredients of creation, the building blocks that will one day gather to form matter. You float among them, weightless, sensing their rhythm, feeling the soft pulse of existence at its most fundamental. Each particle carries potential. Alone, it is simple and small, yet, together with others, it becomes something new. Quarks join to form protons and neutrons. Electrons orbit them, delicate companions, tracing invisible paths through space. This is the quiet alchemy that forms atoms, the smallest units of matter, the seeds from which everything grows. You drift among these nascent atoms, sensing the gentle patience of their assembly, the tender order in which they gather. Even the formation of hydrogen, the simplest atom, is a story of calm motion. Protons meet electrons, guided by gentle forces, binding softly, naturally, like partners in a slow dance. You imagine watching a cloud of hydrogen in a newborn star, swirling, condensing, glowing softly as it begins to take shape. Each connection is subtle, deliberate, creating the foundation for all matter yet to come. Now consider helium, carbon, oxygen, and the other elements that follow. They are born in stars, forged in the intense yet quiet heat of nuclear fusion. Deep in stellar cores, nuclei merge gently, releasing energy that warms the surrounding cosmos. You drift inside one of these stars, feeling the quiet pulse of alchemy, the slow creation of elements that will one day seed planets, oceans, and life itself. Imagine these atoms floating into space when stars die, carried by gentle winds of gas and dust. They drift across light years, soft and patient, until they gather again into new clouds. Gravity calls them, softly urging them together, shaping the next generation of stars and planets. You float with them, weightless, sensing the timeless patience of matter assembling over billions of years. Even the smallest grains of dust are part of this rhythm. Within them, carbon and silicon, iron and oxygen rest together in delicate patterns, forming the seeds of planets. You imagine yourself shrinking to the scale of these grains, feeling the quiet motion of atoms, sensing the gentle forces holding them together, knowing that even in the smallest structures, the universe whispers its story. Consider water, HO, the simplest molecule that carries life. 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen, held in a perfect geometry by gentle bonds. You drift beside each molecule, sensing the soft tug of electrons, the delicate push and pull that holds it together. This quiet balance is everywhere in matter, creating stability, flexibility, and possibility. Every star, planet, and life form is built upon it. Even your body is woven from this gentle alchemy. Every atom in your cells was once part of a star, carried across the cosmos, bound by the same forces shaping galaxies. You are matter's story, a living reflection of the quiet patience that builds the universe. Your bones, your blood, your breath, they are all products of this tender cosmic work. You float inside yourself now, aware of each particle, each bond, each gentle connection that allows you to exist. Now imagine the chemistry of life, itself beginning in the soft pools of early planets. Molecules meet, react, and combine in calm sequences. Amino acids form, simple chains grow longer, proteins emerge. You drift beside these molecules, sensing the gentle interactions that set the stage for life. There is no rush. Every bond is deliberate, every reaction a note in a meditative symphony. Even the formation of DNA, the blueprint of life, is part of this gentle alchemy. Nucleotides arrange themselves, complementary and patient, forming spirals that will eventually carry information across generations. You float beside these structures, weightless, sensing the tender order that guides their formation. The quiet rhythm of matter now becomes the rhythm of life itself, soft and persistent, building complexity from simplicity. Picture the formation of planets, where gravity gathers dust and gas into spheres. Rocks collide gently, sticking together over millions of years, forming layers, oceans, and atmospheres. Each planet is a testament to patient alchemy, a balance of forces shaping matter in careful, deliberate patterns. You float among these growing worlds, sensing the rhythm of formation, the gentle accumulation of structure from chaos. Even the air you breathe is part of this story. Oxygen and nitrogen drifting across your planet, shaped by countless reactions over eons, now fill your lungs. You sense each molecule moving with calm purpose, sustaining your life, connecting you to the quiet work of cosmic chemistry. Every breath is a reminder that you are part of this gentle alchemy, carried along by forces that work slowly, deliberately, in perfect harmony. Consider metals like iron, magnesium, and calcium, forged deep in dying stars and scattered across space. They drift into new formations, contributing to planets, bones, and tools. You imagine your body, your surroundings, built from these quiet products of stellar alchemy. Even the furniture beneath you, the air around you, carries the echoes of matter's patient formation. Even light interacts with matter in tender ways. Photons excite electrons, gently nudging them into higher energy states, allowing molecules to bond, reactions to proceed, life to emerge. You drift alongside each photon, sensing its subtle guidance, aware of the quiet influence it has on the dance of matter. Every motion is soft, deliberate, meaningful. Now imagine the interactions at the edges of atoms, the weak forces that govern decay, the electromagnetic bonds that connect, the strong force that holds nuclei together. Each is delicate, unseen, yet essential. You float among these forces, weightless, sensing their patient work. Without them, matter could not form, stars could not burn, life could not exist. Each is a whisper of guidance, persistent, calm, vital. Even the chemistry of your thoughts is shaped by this alchemy. Neurotransmitters, ions, molecules in your brain respond to gentle physical laws, creating the currents of awareness. You drift inside your mind, sensing the same gentle patience that governs the cosmos at the smallest scales. Matter's alchemy now echoes in consciousness itself, connecting your inner world to the vast outer universe. Picture the cycle of birth and decay in matter. Stars explode, molecules scatter, dust drifts across galaxies. Every ending is a beginning, every collision a possibility, every decay a creation. You float in this cycle, calm and weightless, aware that the gentle alchemy of matter is continuous, eternal, and present in every heartbeat, every breath, every thought, even the most mundane materials, water, air, your own skin, carry the story of alchemy. Each atom, each bond, each gentle interaction is a testament to the quiet work of the universe. You float among them, serene, attuned to the soft pulse that has shaped everything, from galaxies to grains of sand to the cells in your body. And as you drift in this awareness, a tender thought lingers. Matter is not static. It is alive with potential, shaped by quiet forces, carried by gentle rhythms, and always evolving. The universe is patient, deliberate, and full of calm magic. You are part of it, weightless, serene, included in the gentle alchemy that created everything. You close your eyes and imagine a river that flows without end, without turbulence, invisible yet everywhere. This river is energy, softly pulsing through everything. Every particle, every atom, every star rides its gentle current. You drift with it, weightless, carried by the tender rhythm that shapes both life and the cosmos. Even the tiniest particle carries energy. Electrons move in their orbits, vibrating with potential. Quarks hum within protons and neutrons. Photons race through space. You float beside them, feeling their quiet pulse, sensing how energy moves without pause, without strain. It is patient, soft, deliberate, calm, current beneath all motion. Imagine the energy in a star. Nuclear fusion ignites in its core, releasing warmth and light. The process is immense, yet gentle when sensed from afar. You drift through the star's heart, weightless, feeling the tender release of energy as hydrogen atoms combine into helium. Each reaction is a soft exhale, a gentle pulse carried across space, sustaining the glow of the star for millions, even billions of years. Even light itself is energy, moving through the void in waves and particles. You follow a photon on its long journey, carried by the expansion of space and the gentle sway of gravitational fields. It pulses softly, a tiny heartbeat of the universe traveling through vast emptiness. You sense it, weightless and calm, connected to the quiet river that flows everywhere, sustaining matter, energy, and life. Consider energy in motion on your planet. Rivers flow, winds whisper, oceans sway. Each movement carries energy, invisible yet tangible, in the way water glides and air brushes your skin. You drift beside these currents, feeling their rhythm merge with the larger cosmic flow. Even in the smallest gust of wind, the largest tidal wave, the same energy dances, soft and patient, across scales both immense and intimate. Now imagine the energy inside your body. Every breath, every heartbeat, every thought is fueled by tiny chemical reactions. Glucose releases energy in your cells. ATP molecules pass their charge gently. Neurons fire with tender precision. You drift inside yourself, weightless, aware of the quiet currents powering your very being. Energy is not just around you. It flows through you, connecting you to the universe. Even sound is energy, traveling in vibrations, waves through the air. You sense it softly, gentle oscillations, carrying information, warmth, and rhythm. Each note, each whisper, resonates with the subtle currents that shape the world. You drift among these vibrations, feeling them in your body, in your mind. part of the universal rhythm of energy. Imagine energy traveling across galaxies, invisible yet persistent. Gravitational waves ripple through space, stretching and compressing, carrying information about distant collisions. You float with these waves, weightless, sensing their slow, soft pulse. They are a subtle reminder that energy moves even where matter is scarce, guiding motion, shaping the cosmos, and connecting distant events in calm, rhythmic harmony. Even chemical reactions in the smallest cells, bonds form and break, electrons shift, energy is released or absorbed, all in quiet precision. You drift through these microscopic motions, aware of the delicate balance that sustains life, the soft flow that powers existence without pause or hurry. Energy is patient, deliberate, soft, yet essential, touching every particle, every star, every living being. Now consider the electromagnetic spectrum. Energy pulses across space in radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. Each wave carries potential, subtle yet immense. You float among them, weightless, sensing the rhythm of vibrations that link atoms, molecules, and stars. The universe hums with energy, a constant, soothing current, invisible but ever present. Even the heat of your body is energy in motion. Thermal vibrations ripple through molecules, carrying warmth, sustaining life, shaping interactions. You sense these subtle currents, weightless, merging your awareness with the quiet pulse that sustains your body and mind. You are part of this river, flowing with every heartbeat, every breath, every flicker of thought. Consider energy in motion across ecosystems. Sunlight warms leaves. Photons excite electrons in photosynthesis. Plants grow, animals feed, and life persists. Energy flows seamlessly, softly, connecting everything in a chain of gentle interaction. You drift alongside it, sensing the calm rhythm that powers every living system. From forest canopy to microscopic plankton, even the energy in the wind, the water, the ground beneath your feet, is part of the same cosmic river. Forces that shape mountains, carve valleys, and stir oceans are expressions of energy moving with quiet persistence. You float among them, weightless, attuned to the soft pulse guiding motion across every scale. From the smallest pebble to the largest mountain, now imagine quantum energy, the subtle fluctuations that ripple through empty space. Even nothing is alive with soft motion. Virtual particles appear and disappear. Tiny waves vibrate beneath the surface, and the vacuum hums with potential. You drift beside these ripples, weightless, sensing the gentle heartbeat of existence itself. Energy is everywhere, patient, subtle, yet essential, guiding matter, shaping light, and carrying life. Even in your thoughts, energy flows. Neurons fire, ions shift, neurotransmitters release, and consciousness emerges. You drift inside your mind, aware of the soft currents that allow perception, memory, and awareness. The energy that shapes galaxies also courses through your neurons, linking you in quiet intimacy to the cosmos. Imagine energy flowing across the universe in cycles. Stars are born, shine, and die, scattering their matter and energy across space. This energy then participates in forming new stars, planets, and eventually life. You drift through these cycles, sensing the patience and persistence of energy. Its soft rhythm, its gentle insistence that creation continues without rush or effort. Even gravity is energy in motion. It shapes, orbits, bends light, holds planets, stars, and galaxies in gentle balance. You float along its curves, weightless, sensing the calm guidance it provides, aware that even invisible forces are expressions of energy shaping the universe with tender precision. Now imagine the fusion of energies: thermal, kinetic, chemical, electromagnetical, flowing together. They form the currents of life, the tides of stars, the gentle push of expansion. You drift in their confluence, aware that energy is not fragmented but unified, a continuous, patient river that flows through all scales of reality. Even your own presence, your calm awareness, is a flow of energy. Thoughts, sensations, and breath ripple through your body. You sense this gentle current, merging it with the universal rhythm. Weightless and serene, you float along the river that connects atoms, stars, neurons, and consciousness in one meditative pulse. Imagine now the universe as a vast, glowing web where energy flows softly along every strand. Each connection carries warmth, motion, and possibility. You drift through it, sensing how every current interacts with another, how gentle nudges propagate across space and time, creating a harmony that is both immense and intimate. Even in the quietest moments, energy moves. Photons drift, particles vibrate, waves propagate. You rest in awareness of this gentle, constant flow, weightless, calm, attuned to the pulse that sustains everything, from the smallest electron to the largest star. Energy is patient, deliberate, and serene, guiding the universe with tender persistence. And as you float, a soft thought lingers. Energy flows endlessly, silently, calmly, connecting everything. You are part of its river, carried forward by currents that shape matter, light, life, and consciousness in a rhythm of infinite patience and quiet beauty. You close your eyes and imagine the first stirrings of life, quiet and patient, unfolding in the gentle cradle of the cosmos. Energy, which has flowed through stars, atoms, and molecules, now begins to form patterns capable of sustaining themselves. These patterns are delicate threads, weaving atoms and molecules into structures that can grow, change, and respond. You drift alongside them, weightless, sensing the quiet pulse of existence emerging from the vast river of energy. Even the simplest cells carry these currents of life. A membrane, soft and flexible, holds together a collection of molecules. Inside, proteins fold gently, enzymes catalyze with calm precision, and energy circulates, guiding each motion. You float within this microcosm, aware of the quiet balance and gentle organization that allows life to persist. Each movement, each interaction is tender yet deliberate, a patient unfolding of complexity from simplicity. Consider DNA, the quiet librarian of life, storing information in delicate spirals. You drift along the double helix, sensing the gentle order of nucleotides as they encode instructions, carrying potential across generations. Each twist, each bond, each subtle chemical interaction is part of a slow, meditative rhythm, a quiet choreography that shapes the growth, function, and evolution of living systems. You are weightless within this gentle architecture, merging awareness with the tender pulse of life itself. Even energy flows within these living threads, not chaotically, but in orchestrated currents. Electrons move along proteins, ions drift across membranes, and molecules react in patient sequences. Each reaction releases energy, which powers the cell's machinery, enabling metabolism, motion, and growth. You float among these currents, sensing the soft, persistent rhythm, feeling how life emerges not from force, but from harmony and gentle guidance. Now imagine neurons, the subtle couriers of consciousness, forming networks across your body. Electrical signals pulse softly along axons, neurotransmitters drift in tiny gaps, and energy flows from one cell to the next. You drift alongside a single thought as it travels through these networks, sensing the quiet energy, carrying awareness, linking memory, perception, and emotion in a tender, meditative rhythm. Life, in this moment, becomes aware of itself. Even the smallest heartbeat is an expression of these threads. Eons cross membranes in muscle cells, energy flows, and the heart contracts with soft precision, sending warmth and life through the body. You feel each pulse as part of the universal rhythm, an echo of the cosmic currents that first shaped matter and energy. Your awareness floats in harmony with this quiet pulse, attuned to the gentle alchemy of life. Consider consciousness as an emergent property, arising from the quiet interplay of countless threads. Cells communicate, networks form, patterns repeat. Awareness is not a sudden spark, but a soft resonance, a delicate integration of energy and matter, of motion and information. You drift within this resonance, weightless and calm, sensing the tender, persistent emergence of self from the patterns of life. Even memory is woven from these threads. Neurons connect and reconnect, synapses strengthen, chemical signals guide the formation of lasting traces. You float beside these connections, sensing the soft choreography that allows experiences to shape behavior, learning, and reflection. Life is both fragile and resilient, each pattern a tender note in the symphony of consciousness. Now imagine the flow of energy, not just through cells, but through entire ecosystems. Sunlight strikes leaves, energy converts to chemical bonds. Plants grow, animals feed, and cycles of matter and energy continue in quiet harmony. You drift among these cycles, weightless, sensing the patient rhythm that sustains life at every scale. Energy, matter, and consciousness are interwoven, threads of a tapestry that spans microcosm and macrocosm alike. Even the brain, dense and complex, hums with gentle energy. Electrical impulses travel along vast networks. Chemical gradients shift, and patterns of activity give rise to thought, perception, and awareness. You drift through this intricate forest of neurons, sensing the quiet, persistent flow that sustains conscious experience. Each spark, each ripple, is both delicate and essential, a tender pulse in the web of life. Consider the emergence of emotion, arising from subtle chemical signals and electrical patterns. Joy, curiosity, calm, and reflection are carried on currents of neurotransmitters and ion gradients. You drift beside each feeling, weightless, sensing the soft resonance that colors your awareness. Life is not merely mechanical, it is expressive, infused with subtle energy that flows gently through your being. Even creativity is a thread woven from these currents. Ideas arise from connections between neurons, shaped by memory, perception, and subtle energy flows. You float within these gentle sparks, sensing how life can become aware not only of itself, but of possibilities, patterns, and futures. Consciousness is a soft river, flowing quietly through the channels of existence, exploring, observing, reflecting. Now imagine the flow of information, subtle and patient, traveling from cell to cell, organism to organism, across generations. DNA transmits instructions, neurons carry signals, and ecosystems convey balance. Each piece of information is a thread, part of a quiet tapestry of life, linking past, present, and future in soft, meditative continuity. You float among these threads, weightless, aware that your own mind is part of this endless river. Even sleep is a manifestation of these gentle currents. Energy cycles, neurons rest and reset, molecules repair and refresh. You drift in harmony with these patterns, aware that rest is as vital to life as motion. Your consciousness rides the quiet tide of restoration, drifting through subtle rhythms that connect body, mind, and universe. Imagine now the emergence of awareness at the scale of the planet. Life interacts with light, heat, and water, forming feedback loops that sustain ecosystems. Energy, matter, and consciousness intertwine, creating subtle harmonies that maintain balance. You float above this planetary web, weightless, sensing the gentle pulse that links all living beings, the quiet rhythm that sustains life in its myriad forms. Even the simplest organisms contribute to this thread of consciousness. Microbes cycle nutrients, plants transform sunlight into energy, animals interact and adapt. You drift beside each, sensing how life, in its many forms, participates in the ongoing flow of energy and information. The tapestry of life is vast, intricate, patient, and soft, woven from threads that are both small and immense. Consider the universe itself as a living system, a vast network of energy, matter, and consciousness. Stars pulse, planets spin, galaxies swirl, and life awakens on countless worlds. You float within this universal awareness, sensing that consciousness is not isolated but emergent, a soft resonance that flows from the smallest particles to the largest structures. You are included in this tender web, weightless.com, attuned to the rhythm of life. Even your thoughts now flow gently along these threads. Awareness expands, connecting self to body, body to environment, environment to cosmos. You sense the tender integration of all things, the gentle currents that link consciousness with energy, life, and matter. You float within this calm river, aware that you are both observer and participant, both particle and wave, both self and universe. Imagine the potential that arises from this awareness. Every choice, every reflection, every act of perception is a gentle interaction along these threads. You sense the patience of the universe in each moment, the deliberate, soft guidance that allows consciousness to emerge, explore, and flourish. Life and awareness are not separate from the cosmos. They are expressions of its quiet, persistent pulse. Even the smallest insight is a thread connecting you to everything. A single thought can ripple across networks, influencing future patterns, subtly shaping matter, energy, and life. You float within this gentle resonance, weightless and calm, sensing the quiet power of consciousness as it unfolds along threads of existence. And as you drift in this meditative awareness, a tender thought lingers. Consciousness is not abrupt or sudden. It is the patient flowering of energy and matter, the quiet emergence of life from the river of the universe. You rest in this understanding, weightless, serene, aware that the threads of life connect you to every atom, every star, every pulse of existence. You close your eyes and imagine the threads of life, energy, and consciousness converging into patterns. These patterns are soft, patient, and deliberate, guiding motion, growth, and thought. You drift among them, weightless, sensing the quiet symmetry that underlies everything from atoms to galaxies, from neurons to ecosystems. Every repetition, every cycle, every rhythm is part of a gentle, meditative symphony that sustains existence. Even the tiniest oscillations of particles carry patterns. Electrons vibrate in orbits, quarks hum within nuclei, photons ripple through space. You float beside these subtle movements, feeling the quiet resonance that shapes matter. Each repetition is deliberate, creating harmony from seeming randomness, a soft order that flows beneath the surface of the universe. Now consider the patterns in atoms themselves. Protons, neutrons, and electrons arrange in precise ways, forming stable structures, guiding chemical reactions, and creating the potential for life. You drift among these atomic patterns, weightless, sensing the gentle geometry that allows molecules to form, bond, and interact. Even in the smallest particles, the universe whispers a slow, deliberate rhythm. Even in molecules, patterns emerge. Hydrogen bonds guide the folding of proteins. Nucleotides in DNA arrange into spirals, and energy flows in cycles that sustain reactions. You float beside these structures, aware of the patient choreography that underlies every chemical interaction. Life itself begins in these quiet, repeating patterns, each one a note in the soft symphony of existence. Imagine ecosystems where life unfolds in cycles and rhythms. Sunlight warms leaves, water flows in gentle loops, nutrients cycle quietly from soil to plants to animals. You drift among forests, rivers, and oceans, sensing the subtle patterns that sustain each organism and every interaction. Energy and matter flow in quiet repetition, and consciousness arises as a natural echo of these cycles. Even your heartbeat carries patterns. The rise and fall, the soft pulse, the circulation of energy through your body, all echo the gentle rhythms of life and cosmos. You feel this pattern as part of a larger network, where your own body reflects the cycles and symmetry that shape the universe. Your breathing, your pulse, your thoughts, they are all threads in this soft, meditative symphony. Now imagine the cycles of evolution unfolding slowly, quietly. Life experiments, adapts, and survives, guided by gentle pressures and repeating opportunities. Each generation is a note in a slow melody, building upon the rhythms of the past, shaping patterns that persist and evolve. You float among these cycles, aware of the quiet, patient work of time shaping life. revealing how patterns can carry information across eons. Even the stars and planets follow patterns. Gravity guides motion, light pulses across distances, and matter coalesces in gentle, predictable arcs. You drift beside galaxies, sensing their slow rotations, their graceful spirals, their quiet energy exchanges. Cosmic patterns mirror the rhythms of life, suggesting that repetition, symmetry, and cycles are universal principles connecting everything from the smallest particle to the largest celestial body. Consider the patterns of consciousness. Neurons fire in sequences, signals ripple through networks, and awareness emerges as a soft, emergent property. You drift inside your mind, sensing the subtle repetitions and harmonies that allow thought, memory, and perception to exist, even in your quietest reflections. These patterns guide the flow of energy and information, knitting together the threads of life and consciousness. Even in creativity, patterns arise. Ideas connect, motifs recur, insights emerge from repetition and resonance. You float beside each spark of thought, feeling the gentle structure that allows imagination to blossom. Life's subtle symphony is not chaotic. It is guided by recurring threads, harmonies, and rhythms that invite awareness and reflection. Now imagine the patterns of memory storing information across time. Synapses strengthen and weaken, experiences leave traces, and knowledge flows through generations. You drift among these threads, sensing how repetition and subtle reinforcement preserve life's wisdom. Memory is a quiet reflection of the universe's larger patterns, a soft echo of the symmetry, cycles, and rhythms that guide all existence. Even ecosystems display emergent patterns. Predator and prey, growth and decay, seasonal cycles all create balance. You float among forests, oceans, and skies, aware of the gentle symmetry that sustains life. These patterns are tender and deliberate, reminding you that existence thrives in rhythm and repetition, not in haste or chaos. Imagine the waves of energy flowing through all systems, electrical currents, chemical gradients, light waves, and mechanical vibrations carry information and influence interactions. You drift alongside them, weightless, sensing how subtle repetitions in energy guide matter and life. These currents follow soft symmetries, echoing the broader patterns that shape stars, planets, and consciousness itself. Even the passage of time carries patterns. Days and nights, seasons and cycles, growth and decay repeat with gentle predictability. You float through these temporal rhythms, aware that time is not merely linear, but layered with overlapping cycles. Each repetition contributes to the quiet order, the meditative balance that allows life and consciousness to flourish. Consider the threads connecting all things: matter, energy, life, and awareness. They form patterns that resonate across scales, creating soft feedback loops and gentle harmonies. You drift among them, feeling the quiet symphony that links neurons to stars, cells to ecosystems, your mind to the cosmos. Life and the universe share the same pulse, the same tender, deliberate rhythm. Even your awareness follows patterns. Your thoughts rise and fall, emotions ebb and flow, breathing aligns with heartbeat. You sense the soft cadence of your mind, harmonizing with the quiet cycles that surround you. Awareness is a reflection of the universe's subtle symphony, a gentle echo of patterns that sustain everything from atoms to galaxies. Now imagine the synthesis of all these patterns into a larger whole. Energy flows, matter assembles, life emerges, and consciousness awakens. You float within this grand symphony, weightless, sensing the tender connections that bind all aspects of existence. Nothing is isolated. Every thread, every rhythm, every repetition contributes to the harmony of being. Even the quietest moments hold patterns. The subtle vibration of atoms, the gentle movement of electrons, the soft flow of energy is part of the universe's ongoing melody. You drift among them, aware that the symphony continues, persistent and gentle, guiding life and awareness with calm precision. Imagine yourself resting in this awareness. Each breath aligns with cosmic rhythms. Each heartbeat echoes universal cycles. You are part of the soft symmetry, the quiet patterns, the tender threads that weave matter, energy, life, and consciousness into one harmonious whole. You drift, serene, weightless, immersed in the gentle symphony of existence. Even endings are patterns. Every conclusion leads to a new beginning. Every rest nourishes growth. Every pause is part of continuity. You float in this understanding, aware that life's rhythm persists, flowing endlessly, softly, patiently, and beautifully. And as you drift in this meditative calm, a soft, tender thought lingers. The patterns of existence are everywhere, subtle and persistent, guiding the universe, guiding life, guiding your awareness. You are part of this symphony, weightless and serene, a thread in the vast, gentle tapestry of being.